You are being scored right now. 3 digits that are affecting your life in ways you might not even realize. This number can make your life a whole lot easier or a whole lot harder, and most people have no idea. Most people find out their credit score matters at the worst possible time, when they're already at the car dealership, the apartment leasing office, or at the bank, when it's too late to change anything and it's already going to cost them hundreds of dollars more a month. And the frustrating part, nobody ever really explains how it works. Not in school, not from your parents, you're just kind of expected to figure it out. But here's where we're gonna change that. It's calculated based on 5 specific factors. And once you know what they are, you can actually start doing something about it. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what's moving your credit score and what you can do about it. So let's get into it. To start, you need to know where your credit score actually comes from. It starts with your credit report. Think of it as a record of every major financial move you've ever made. Every bill you've paid, every account you've opened, and every time you've applied for a credit card. Your score is calculated from this record. The more right moves you make, the higher your score gets. The more wrong moves you make, the lower it gets. When you have a higher credit score, the people making financial decisions about your life, banks, landlords, car dealerships, they see you differently. You get better terms, lower payments, and more options. And over the course of your life, that adds up to a lot of money. Now let's break down what actually affects your credit score. The first factor is your payment history, and it's the biggest one, 35% of your score. And it's exactly what it sounds, whether or not you pay your bills on time. Every on-time payment builds your score. Every missed payment hurts it. But here's the part that most people don't realize. A single missed payment can drop your score by a ton. We're not talking about missing a mortgage either. It could be a credit card bill you forgot about after a long week. You were busy, it slipped your mind, life happened, but that one missed payment can drop your score anywhere from 15 to 100 points and stay on your credit report for 7 years. Now, if you've already missed a few payments in the past, don't panic. Just lock in and stay consistent with on-time payments moving forward. Over time, it'll outweigh past mistakes. Going forward, do whatever it takes to never miss a payment. The easiest way to do that is setting up autopay for at least the minimum on every account. And if you can, pay the full balance every month. And if you don't want to deal with the headache of keeping tabs on payments altogether, the super.com card is worth checking out. It's perfect for people who don't want to stress about remembering to pay a bill or risk going into debt or get hit with interest. It works like a debit card, so you're only spending the money you already have. No surprise balance, no missed payments, just on-time payments, building your score automatically. The second factor is called credit utilization. Most people have never heard of it, yet it makes up 30% of your score, almost as much as payment history. Credit utilization is the percentage of your total available credit you're currently using across all your cards combined. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's actually very straightforward. Here's a simple way to think about it. Say across all of your cards, you have a combined $10,000 limit. If you're carrying a $4,000 balance, you're at a 40% utilization. That's too high. You want to keep that number under 30%, so in this case, under $3,000. Even if you're paying on time, carrying a high balance signals to banks that you might be stretched thin financially. That makes you look like a risk, and the impact is real. High utilization can drop your score by a ton even if you've never missed a single payment. That's why so many people are confused about why their score isn't moving. They're doing everything else right, but carrying too much of a balance without realizing it's holding them back. Again, if you can, pay your balance in full every month. If not, keep what you owe under 30% of your total limit. Even chipping away at it little by little will start to move your score in the right direction. The third factor is the length of your credit history. Pretty straightforward. The longer you've had credit, the better it looks on your score. That's it. Think of it like a job application. 2 candidates apply for the same role. One has 10 years of experience, the other one has 1. Who looks more trustworthy? Banks think the same way. A longer track record gives them more confidence that you know how to handle money responsibly. And it's worth flagging, consider not canceling your old credit cards. Might feel like the responsible thing to do, right? But closing that card may shorten your credit history and reduce your total available credit, both of which can drop your score. So keep your oldest cards open even if you barely use them, especially if they're free. Throw a small recurring charge on them like your Netflix subscription just to keep them active and toss them in the drawer. It costs you nothing and it protects your score. The fourth factor is new credit. Most people don't realize that simply applying for things like a credit card affects your score. There are 2 types of credit inquiries. A soft inquiry happens when you check your own score like in your banking app or a company checks it for pre-approval offer. This has 0 impact on your score. A hard inquiry is different. That happens when you actually apply for something. A credit card, a car loan, an apartment, even certain jobs. And every hard inquiry can temporarily lower your score. Now, 1 or 2 isn't a big deal, but multiple applications in a short period can signal to banks and landlords are in financial trouble and are desperate for money. So be intentional. Don't apply for 5 credit cards just to see which one you can get. Each one of those is a hit to your score. A good rule of thumb is to try not to apply for new credit more than once every 6 months. The fifth and final factor is called your credit mix. And honestly, you don't really need to think about this one too much, but it is technically 10% of your score, so it's good to know. So basically, there are two types of credit. The first is revolving credit. Think credit cards where you borrow, pay it off, and borrow again. The second is installment credit. Think car loans or student loans where you can borrow a set amount and pay it back in fixed monthly payments until you've paid it off. On paper, both shows banks you can manage different kinds of loans responsibly, but given it's only 10% of your score, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Don't go opening new accounts just to have a better mix. Focus on the other 4 factors first. This one will take care of itself over time. So now you know the 5 factors. And look, I understand that managing all of that can feel overwhelming. That's exactly why the super.com card exists. It's a secured card, which means it's designed for people who are just starting out their credit journey or rebuilding from past mistakes. The super.com card has no credit check, no interest, and you can only spend what you already have. Each month, your activity gets reported to all 3 major credit bureaus. So you're actively building your payment history, the biggest factor we just covered, just by spending the way you already do. And unlike most beginner credit cards, the super.com card actually comes with real perks. Cashback on purchases and travel discounts that you'd normally only see on cards that require good credit to get approved for. It's built for people who want to get into the credit game the right way without the stress that usually comes with it. Most people go through their whole lives not really understanding credit, and that lack of knowledge costs them in higher payments, missed opportunities, and doors that never even get a chance to open. But now you know, and that changes everything. You know exactly what moves your score, what's hurting it, and what you can do about it starting today. That's information that most people never have. In the next video, we're diving deeper into what your score is actually doing to your life, the real dollar amounts, and the real opportunities on the line. It's more important than most people think, and if you want to start building your credit today, check out the super.com card. Link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.